you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. Be ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability. A guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit ReynoldsFarmEquipment.com.
During Army basic training, I found out I had 7 herniated discs. Prescription pain medication led me to a heroin addiction. I entered Wheeler's program and learned life on God's terms.
After meeting Greg, I was so impressed, I hired him. When you change that one life, it makes it all worthwhile.
Now, I have a family, house, and a job that I love. At Wheeler, you can have something everlasting.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements, top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at ReynoldsFarmEquipment.com.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune into all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Just working with our company, you're going to get to work with a lot of bright individuals.
Everyone is open and ready to help you, and definitely big on advocating for making sure that you succeed and reach your potential.
Everyone's goal is the same, to make the best products that we can for our clients and make sure that it is everything and more that it could be.
What's kept me here? Our culture. We're genuinely a very great group of people. Everyone's just always willing to lend a hand.
When I have a suggestion or a concern and I voice it, leadership actually hears me.
As a consultancy, every person has a role and has something to bring to the table. There's just a lot of opportunities here if you're up for the challenge.
Jump on board, be part of the fun ride, because we're going places.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort fresh food. You can expect a world-class experience on a great budget. We've got incredible specials, great service. Today's dish that we're going to highlight is going to be our Aspen Blue Sirloin. It is, again, our premium Black Angus certified beef, and we top that with a blue cheese crust. Again, everything that we do here is made from scratch, and it's no different from our steaks. We hand cut all our steaks in-house. So our team back there it's just an incredible team. Everything that they do, they take so much pride in. They put a little bit of themselves into everything that they do over here, especially since it is a made from scratch concept. We want everybody to come, visit us, enjoy some great food with some great service. Bring your friends, bring your family, come have some great food, have a great time with us with some of the best comfort scratch food.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need, we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Hey, Indiana. Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Hello and welcome from the High School of Providence, Cristo Ray, where It is the host, Providence Cristo Ray Wolves, taking on the Purdue Poly Lynx. The Lynx are from the Broad Ripple campus of Purdue Polytechnic, while last night the Inglewood campus advanced to the City Alliance semifinal game. I'm Justin Griffiths. Alongside me is Craig Cox. Let's go ahead and thank our title sponsors before we dive into this ball game. First off, Reynolds Farm Equipment. Reynolds Farm Equipment is the leading equipment dealer since 1955. Passion to care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience. Boilermaker Local 374, who represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in the field of construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. Wheeler Mission, for over 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been a pillar in the Indianapolis community. Burtner Electric, your trusted electrician partner since 1986. The Morales Group, we're in business to create a better future for you and for your family. Piper Logistics, your trusted logistics partner since 1994. Aspen Creek Grill, why go anywhere else? Large selection of food made from scratch and fairly priced. Highway Safety Services. Highway Safety Services Incorporated provided traffic control and pavement markings in Indiana for the last 60 years. And the IndianaSRN sports page. Follow the sports page every day with updates, news from coast to coast. Log on at IndianaSRN.org and click on our tab. Again, from the studio of IndianaSRN, I'm Justin Griffiths. Alongside me is the coach, Craig Cox. Craig, great to have you here as we get ready for a great matinee game on Friday night.
Yeah, no, it is. Obviously, we're in the latter parts of January, so I think it's kind of some places where you're entering in or coming upon your last third quarter before heading into the fourth of February, to where fine-tuning takes place and getting ready for postseason play with sectionals. So still got a handful of games, most of these teams with about 8 to 10 remaining, and certainly got a one squaring away here tonight at Providence Cristo Rey.
Yeah, and Providence Cristo Rey is one of those teams that has made an incredible leap and bounds from the previous year, where they only won 1 or 2 games. Now they're 11-6 coming into this meeting against Purdue Poly, who's 2-8 according to John Harrell. What do you commend the Wolves that they did from year 1 to year 2 for this coach?
Well, I think a lot of it is, Coach Miller's in his second year. I mean, obviously, coming any time into a new program, it's kind of, if you have to, resetting the table, if you will, trying to change expectations, trying to set new bars, new missions. So a lot of that starts in the off season, whether it's you're having to share the athletes in the fall and what you have to work with in preseason training and in fall sports. And then I think a lot of it is time. It's not only the coaches with the new players, but it's players getting acclimated with the new system, trying to understand, hey, what's my role? Kind of fine-tuning those things. And a lot of things that you can find from year 1 to year 2 is just what we've seen here with the Wolves, going with 1-21 and now being in a position where they're 11-6. Coach Miller, been at it for 10 years and had some stops at Bethesda, had some stops at Math and Science, and then most recently like about a 5-year stint at Cecina. So I think he's setting his feet in good, and these kids are probably learning a lot more from him.
All right, that is the coach's insight to Providence Cristo Rey. We'll jump into Purdue Poly after this break. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on IndianaSRN.
Hello and welcome to Game Day. My name is Keith Myers. I'm the Vice President of IndianaSRN. We're glad that you joined us today. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN. This means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service.
Welcome back to Providence, Cristo, Ray. Now let's go ahead and jump in to the Purdue Poly Lynx. 2-8 on the season for second-year coach Clay Taylor. And again, Purdue Poly, one of these newer teams to jump into IHSAA basketball coming into tonight's matchup. They've only been around for a couple years, Coach.
Well, I think that's always a big step. It's one that they have something a little bit more to play for. When you certainly have that endorsement, one as a school, two as an athletic program. And I think in a lot of ways, they're learning their ways, probably getting their roles defined, if you will. You got much in the same where Coach Taylor with the Lynx is in his second year with his program, much like Coach Miller. The only difference is Coach Miller has 8 other years under his belt. And there's a lot to learn in that time. So I'm sure Coach Taylor learned a lot from his first year in as well. And it was a really good first year that he had. I mean, he was over 500 at 12-11 last year. Obviously has slid quite a bit this year. But I think being their first year in IHSA 2, the schedule's probably got a little bit more beefier.
Yeah, and I mean, that's one thing to go at with the IHSAA schedule. They've been around since the 1920 or first full schedule was last year, and you mentioned he finished 12-11. Going from that to this in year two, a little bit, like you said, backward slide in. It's going to be interesting to see how he's going to be able to come back with the game against the Inglewood campus that was scheduled for the 22nd getting postponed. Their last game was Tuesday night, a 65-37 loss to Oldenburg Academy. And once again, Purdue Poly just getting here actually a little bit late, so tip-off's going to be delayed a little bit coming from Broad Ripple down to Providence Cristo Rey. It's going to be one of these games where, I mean, pace of play is going to be something that we got to look forward to. Don't you think, Coach?
Well, I think both these teams certainly would like an up-speed battle. I had the opportunity to call Providence's game last Friday against Cannleton or Saturday, excuse me. But I mean, it's one of those things that you want to push pace. You want to try to be in situations where you can try to maximize your transitional points. But at the same time, you got to do it in a controlled manner. It's got to be ones that you always want to think about, the transitional points and then on the flip side of that, defensively trying to eliminate or cut those down from your opponent. But I think offensively, a lot of games are going to be won in what you do in the half court. I mean, you're lucky if you might get 10 points in transition in a high school game for most teams. So what you do in the half court will really dictate a lot. And I think with both of these teams, you got to really be about the core principles of thinking about, good 15-foot spacing. You got to see about, okay, how well are you moving the ball? And then how well are you moving your body, when you don't have the ball? So ball movement, player movement, and spacing will be really key. And then just, mistakes are going to happen. So what can you do to put yourself in a position to minimize the mental mistakes?
And we'll first preview Providence Cristo Rays on that. After this break, you're watching high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
All right, Coach, we talked about what your kind of keys were for Providence Cristo Rey. How do you go about limiting turnovers and not being able to, keep the ball in good passing lanes and whatnot?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, as any player, is, don't try to do, really trying to understand, your role. trying to play within the realms of what you bring to your respective team or teams. But then the other thing is don't allow the moment to be bigger than it is. I think a lot of times, pace, a lot of times, we talked about that in the opening segment as well, that it can get you hurried up. But if you can't do it in a controlled manner, it really hurts. So you got to really play within yourself. I think can really help cut down on a lot of mental mistakes. I think most of those happen when kids try to either, one, try to do more than really what their capability is or what their skill set truly is, or two, is just trying to play too fast, trying to get in a hurry. And so I think a lot of times you just got to slow down, allow the game to come to you, controlling those mental mistakes.
And for Purdue Poly, it will be interesting to see how they are able to continue or to right this ship that they've kind of fallen themselves into in this losing streak. It'll be interesting to see if they play how they play their defense, because the Inglewood campus, I know different coaching staffs, different philosophies, but you would have to think that they run something semi-similar, and that's a press, man-to-man defense, likes to put pressure on the ball. What are you telling both teams when you go to that pressure defense, how to stay in and not commit as many fouls?
Well, I think the biggest thing is again, going back to playing within yourself. I think it's about ball security. You're going to probably anticipate a little bit of ball pressure from both of these teams. Saw a little bit last Saturday with Providence. But again, each game that can change, in terms of personnel. Haven't had the opportunity to see Purdue North play just yet. But I think, what we saw last week in Providence, you're going to get a little bit of that ball pressure. So you got to think ball security. And then when you're catching passes, you got to stop, face up, really do an assessment and reading your defense before really making decisions.
And so the biggest thing that we've kind of seen coming forward is the live ball, the new creation of the term live ball turnovers compared to a dead ball turnover. What is the live ball for you for a turnover? Is that worse for you as a coach, like make you more mad that you guys committed a live ball turnover, or would you rather have it be a dead ball?
Well, at the end of the day, as a former coach, you're not going to like any turnovers,
right.
But you also, the reality of it is to know, hey, they're going to happen. If you're at the high school level and you can keep something south of 10 at the high school level, you're doing a really, really good job. I think, what's typical is usually around that 10 to 12. And again, that's contingent upon your style of play. The faster the pace sometimes is going to get you more into that. And then I think the other thing we'll happen to do is, it typically has been, hey, how's your guard play? That's going to make whatever team goes. But I think over the recent years, the game of basketballs, even at the high school level, you see it more at college and certainly pros. It's become much more positionless, where it's not, hey, you're the 3-man, you got a 5-man. It's more your bigs are stretched further out. You got what used to be forwards as stretch fours shooting threes. One thing in tonight in Providence that they're big that they got in TJ Durison. He's a big guy that hasn't taken a three all year, and he's averaging 20 and 12 rebounds a game, and he knows his role. He's all around the basket. But I think from a standpoint when you talk about just live turnovers, at the end of the day, they're all equally, in my opinion, equally painful, but they're going to happen. I think the ones that really get you as a coach in a program is the ones that are a little bit more controllable, the unforced, when I'm making turnovers, when nobody forced me into those.
Yeah, okay, so we'll talk about the three keys for each team coming after this break. Again, from Providence, Cristo Ray, the Wolves and the Lynx coming up shortly.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Get a Gator that will get you where you need to go. Something you can get in and go with plenty of space. ready to tackle any terrain, large or small. When you choose Reynolds, you choose reliability, a guaranteed great customer experience and relationship from the moment you walk in. Come in and see for yourself or visit reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
All right, Coach, I'm going to have you be the temporary voice of Providence Cristo Rey. What are your 3 keys coming into this ball game after bowing out in the opening round of the City Alliance tournament?
Well, I think the biggest thing offensively, you got to think, again, is pace. You know, when do we need to step on the gas? When do we need to let off of it and recognize when we don't have things transitionally? But I think if more they can maximize what they can do in a transition game, certainly will pay dividends. Secondly, I think the biggest thing is how well they can containedly pressure the ball. And what I mean by when I say that is don't get silly. Don't create help for your opponent by fouling and getting the silly type of fouls when you have them contained. Because you want to force turnovers by your presence as opposed to bailing them out, I think is one. And then I think the other piece is more the rebounding side. How well can they minimize the offensive putbacks and second chance opportunities for Purdue, along with getting the easy putbacks with a few of their guys that they have in terms of a little bit of height advantage.
Yeah, and for Purdue, I think it's going to be making sure that you're able to win one of the key battles. And what I mean by key battles is I always look at, when you're looking at stat sheets, rebounds and turnovers. You can almost dictate how a game goes between those two stats. Win one of those battles. Don't have as many turnovers as the other team, or out-rebound the other team by 10-plus rebounds, and you're in good shape for Purdue Poly. Second, pressure, because even though Providence Cristo Rey is better, they're still learning who they are offensively. And I think if you can put a little bit of pressure on them and make them make those silly turnovers that you mentioned, I think you'll be in good shape. And finally, you mentioned it before, play within yourselves and don't let the moment get too big. You're having a down season and you're going to want to try to force something. Don't force it. Let the game come to you. Slow down, take a breath, and make sure that you're able to just stay within the confines of 8 minutes per quarter and then string together 4 quarters to be able to win this ball game. And I think if you do that, you're going to turn around this season.
No, I think it's good points, and I think it's one that, again, it's so key to those that, I think certainly with what you have with Coach Taylor is being in a position where they assumed 4 or 5 new guys from what I understand. And I think from that standpoint, it's new roles for them and trying to find, your identity, as you talked about as well, and how well you can play for that. But, that's the tough part on the coaching side is trying to keep your guys when you're having a really tough season in itself, is keeping them motivated, letting them know that we're playing for something bigger than just what's in front of us, I think is really, really key. But sometimes that can be hard for some 15, 16, 17-year-olds because they see just what tonight presents us. And so I think when they can try to think that there's something bigger than myself and bigger than just this game, and you're kind of playing towards those culture moments, it will certainly pay dividends for Coach Taylor and the Lynx.
And again, we're talking about the Lynx and Providence Cristo Rey trying to build on this culture that Coach is kind of reinstalling in themselves. 1-21 last year. 11 wins this year, so you've already maxed this out. How do you make sure that you don't fall into the same mentality that you had last year of, well, this game should favor us hugely on paper and kind of make it into a trap game unnecessarily? Well,
I mean, you can talk about, what last year was. You really got to even let go, again, as hard as this might be able to be for some teenagers. But, is you got to let go of the last game you played. Let alone last year, and can't be looking forward to the next game. I mean, you got what's right in front of you there, so you really got to bottle the moment. But again, like we talked about before, not making it too big than it is, but focusing on what's in front of them.
Well, we have talked as much as that we can. After this break, we have basketball and the starting lineups. Providence Cristo Rey, Purdue Poly Lynx. up next here on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
At Morales Group Staffing, we are all about building better futures. And during these times, we are working hard to put people to work. We are now hiring for hundreds of jobs with pay up to $17 an hour. Visit our website at moralesgroup.net or text JOBS, JOBS, to 317-472-7600 to apply now and get hired today.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
Welcome back to Providence Cristo Rey High School, Purdue Poly North. Providence Cristo Rey. Let's jump down to the PA announcer for the starting 5.
Number 1, set, begin. Number 4, Micah Robinson. Number 11, Daniel Revens. Number 23, Trey Artist. Number 25, Jared Harris. The head coach of the Purdue Polytechnic Ladies is Blake Taylor.
There you have it. It is Wingo, Morris, Parker, Newell, and Gilbert for the Wolves. For the Lynx, Bacon, Robinson, Ruffett, Artis, and Harris. Purdue Poly in black, trimmed in gold, black numerals, gold piping. Providence Cristo Ray, white tops and blue numerals, blue lettering piped in blue. It's Harris and Gilbert, Newell set to tip. Opening possession goes to the Lynx. It'll be interesting to see how they come out here. As Artis gets it down low, gets it back, and right away turns the ball over to Wingo.
That'll be interesting to see as well. Last week, the Wolves caused quite a few turnovers with some ball pressure and created one there on the first possession as the first jumper comes up a little short. But showing man-to-man, both sides of these teams coming out in the first possession.
Yeah, good look, too, by Providence Cristo Ray. Just off the iron, couldn't get the rebound. Good inside-out action from Purdue North. Long three, got it home. And Purdue North is up by 3 early.
Last
Wingo.
3 was by Bacon, it looks like.
Wingo's 3 is no good. Rebounded by Harris, and it's out of bounds, staying with the Lynx.
Well, I mean, anytime that you can get your offense jump-started from the outside, you always love to be able to start offense more from inside out with the higher percentage. But coming out the gate and being able to hit something from the perimeter certainly is a big help.
Jumper baseline, no good. Rebounded by Parker, and Wingo will get it past the timeline and reset.
Yeah, kind of coming out more in a 1-2-2 now.
In between the circles is Wingo. Picks it up and gets it over to Gilbert, who loses handle on it. Still keeps the possession, however. Shot is long, no good. Rebound, back to Wingo for 3. Short. Rebound to Harris.
Well, it'll be an interesting note as well. Their leading scorer and rebounder, and T.J. Durison, averaging 20 points and 12 rebounds a game, not starting tonight. So don't know if that's something to pay much attention to in terms of whether it's an illness or whether there's anything else that's going on. But that's obviously a big production, both on the glass as well as from a scoring perspective and height. He's about 6'2", 6'3" as well.
Yeah, and again, shots just not going in so far from Cristo Ray as Purdue Poly drives down low to, and then again able to kick it back for 3 is Ruffin. No, Harris with the rebound. And now Bacon.
Well, doing a really good job, actually, of moving the ball. I've seen 2 or 3 times where they've gotten the ball inside, as we have another 3 here with an offensive board, where they've gotten the ball inside, made the defense collapse, gotten some kicks as well. They're doing a good job in terms of rotating the ball and shifting it, making the defense shift as well. So good ball movement and good action so far from the Lynx.
Well, Cristo Ray on defense was able to force the traveling turnover. And again, Cristo Ray looking to get on the board here. They've had their opportunities early, just not able to get the second chance off of rebounds.
Well, the thing I like that I see even for the Lynx coming out here is, don't have issues playing zones, but I love how they're actually, as we get a good, nice transition basket here or opportunity, but missing on it. But playing high on that kind of a matchup zone, trying to start as we get a basket here. First one on the board for the Wolves.
Yeah, Gilbert was able to find the back of the net. It's 3-2. And pressure again from the Wolves. Again, we get
a 5-second call.
Yeah, 5-second turnover.
Yeah, I got to make advancement to the basket to get the recount, but can't just stay in place. So it's a good job by Contain. We talked about that in the opening about, ball pressure is really good, but you don't want to bail them out. And the Wolves defender did just that. Kind of guarding your yard. Just stay in front of him, create some presence, but don't get silly with it.
Wingo. That's a couple times he's picked it up near the timeline. Doesn't hurt him both times. Gets the offensive rebound. First lead change as Brian Parker gets the 2.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you never want to pick your dribble up, until you're ready to do one of two things, and that is to pass or to shoot.
Harris at the free throw line. One dribble, spins, fires, banks it home.
A big fella getting the kiss off the glass. Good job facing up. Banks still open after 5, I guess, but still knock it down and being in a position where, again, getting the ball inside really does a lot to your opponent by making your defense collapse and open things outside, especially when you can hit the more mid-range game shots.
Ball's in the corner, able to get away, but a foul called on Purdue North. It's going to go against Micah Robinson, his first. Reynolds Farm Equipment is the leading equipment dealer serving farmers, homeowners, landscapers, and commercial contractors throughout Indiana. Nothing runs like a deer. Give us a call today at 317-849-0810. Coates checks into the game for the first time for the Wolves. Again, you haven't seen the leading scorer for Providence Cristo Rey quite yet. As ball stolen away and Gilbert able to lay it back in. Gets the steal, gets the bucket, and gives Providence Cristo Rey the lead again.
Well, and certainly give Carter some great credit. I mean, really saw, what was going on with the ball, and instead of retreating back, came back to intercept that and got his hand in the passing lane and being able to get the score.
Jump ball, turnover, goes to Providence Cristo Rey. As now Wingo brings it back up, leading by 1. Let's see if they can't extend this out.
And what this does, too, by defensively playing a little higher, it puts your opponent in a little bit more uncomfortable set because you're not used to starting your offensive sets as high as what you're actually having to. And so it really extends everything. So really good job as the 3 comes up a bit short. And Mahmoud with the follow-up and his short as well. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those situations where, again, you're forcing them into some maybe uncomfortable situation.
Corner 3, no. Wanting a foul was Purdue Poly. Doesn't get it. Here come the Wolves. Layup, no. Rebound, got it.
Newell.
Newell gets the rebound. And timeout, Purdue North. It is a full. We'll take it with them. Providence Cristo Rey leads by 3.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. We consider it a privilege to have you as one of our listeners and viewers. If you'd like to see more content just like tonight, just hit the donate button. Every dollar that you donate will go right back into more games right here on IndianaSRN, which means more games for you. It's IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat.
Looking to elevate your brand? Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, promo products, apparel, and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years. Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through.
Well, each team's had a 3-point lead at some point. Providence Cristo Rey leads 8-5 currently. Purdue Poly led 3-0 early on. No shots no good by Bacon, who got the scoring started. And now Gilbert has it. 4 points already. Floater, no. Rebound, and Gilbert has it again.
Well, really good job with Carter there and doing a hesitation dribble as you get Newell on the follow. It's really done a nice job there with Javion Newell so far. He's got about 3 offensive rebounds. But Carter's really made a couple nice advancements. We talked a few possessions ago about him and coming up with that backcourt steal leading to a basket. But really has made some nice moves on the perimeter. One on a hesitation move that you just saw on a step back as well. I think obviously 2 things so far is, 1, trying to look for them to do more ball screening, and then 2, get some more interior passing.
Newell missed the first free throw. And again, this game might come down to free throws, Coach, as so many of these close contests usually do, right?
Well, and that comes into 2 things. Sometimes your second chance opportunities, but a lot of times, more importantly, from the charity stripe.
Bacon hassled as he picked it up in the corner and turns the ball over.
When you think of that, too, I mean, a few years ago when the rule changed in terms of getting to the bonus instead of 7 at 5 in each quarter, is trying to be in a position where you're inserting your wheel a little bit more and getting into your guy to kind of get into that 1-on-1 bonus earlier on in the quarter than later.
Wingo has it, gets it down low inside, shot is up, no, and saved, and then out of bounds was Purdue Poly.
Well, good interior pass. I mean, certainly would like to see Coates there, Dion, that is, really get to the place where he's using more of a power dribble, getting into his guy, as opposed to trying to finish, and falling out of bounds. Get both feet under you, and what we used to talk about is load to explode. Load yourself in a position where you get more vertical as opposed to finishing and being off balance to the right or left.
Gilbert double teamed, gets it away, and now again, Providence Cristo Rey having to start their offense half court.
Nice interior pass there.
Yeah. Morris just couldn't handle the bounce pass, and I think maybe you go more of a slip pass than a straight up bounce pass in that situation. But great execution, great theory, bad execution. As Bacon kicks it out for 3, long, and Cristo Rey picks it back up. Driving, floater, no, rebound by the Lynx. Corner 3 again, long again, and this one rolls out of bounds. Going to stay here with 2.8 in the opening quarter.
Well, and these are types of situations here when you have these short clocks under your own basket. This really comes down to execution, and really a lot of times these are overlooked.
Artis couldn't get the shot off. Great job by the Wolves. They lead by 4 after 1. You're watching it here on IndianaSRN.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Group, we're in business to create a better future for you, for your family, and for the community we share. We can match you with the right career or hire the right candidate for your company. Give us a call today at 317-472-7600. And we get an inadvertent whistle to start the second quarter. Let's go ahead and say thank you to Passionate Care, delivering care with more than 24 years of experience as a prestige healthcare company. Passionate Care is driven by decades of experience and a drive to go above and beyond. Give us a call today at 317-537-1811. Referees get the clock situated, figured out. Purdue shoots at 3. No. Rebound, Harris. Harris back up with it. No. And now the rebound goes to Cristo Ray.
I see Durison's in there now, number 24 for the Wolves. Again, he's their leading scorer and leading rebounder, and going to be the tallest guy on the floor. So we'll see how that might help with some of the Wolves' offense and on the glass as well.
Yeah, you see Harris guarding him had him there at the moment. First touch has bounced off his chin. Retains possession, grabs the offensive rebound, shot up, no. Rebound for the Lynx. And floater, Bacon, shot up, no. But they're going to get Durison on the foul.
Yeah, it looks like here, obviously, Seth Bacon going to the line for his first 2 shots of the night. Came out the gate on the first possession, hit a 3-pointer to give him a good jump start. See if he can knock down these two at the charity stripe.
First one is up and good. So cuts it down to 3. Boilermaker Local 374 represents highly skilled, highly motivated workers in the field of construction and metal fabrication throughout the state of Indiana. When you need a safe, dependable workforce for a new build, an upgrade, or facility maintenance, you can count on Boilermaker Local 374 to do the job right the first time. Splits the pair of free throws, and it's still a 3-point game as Durison has it on the elbow, drives, and they'll reset it on the wing as Wingo. Down low again. Fake, and gets it stripped away by...
Made a really nice move there. I mean, the problem was, though, it just wasn't strong with the ball. Did a good job of catching it, turning and facing, and kind of an up and under, but just got to be stronger with the ball when you're down, especially around defenders.
Yeah, it's one thing that I know some of my coaches that we get the travel on Wingo is as soon as you hit that block, chin the ball and go up strong with it. Don't allow those little guards or people to get swiped at you around the waistline, because you're going to lose the handle of it. Instead, if you bring it up to close to your head area, because even if they try to take a swipe at you, they hit your head. It's a foul and could be upgraded to an intentional if it does make contact.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is not only chinning it, but getting big. I mean, you don't have to be a big body or even tall, for that matter, to be big. It's just getting a wide base, making it harder for the defenders to get around you, as we have looked like Wingo on the transition here, doing a really good job of getting into his defender, trying to get the M1. Couldn't quite complete the basket, but gets his chance here at the stripe for 2.
Yeah, Bacon committed the foul, his first. In and out. For more than 2 decades, the seasoned professionals at Piper Logistics have consistently been trusted allies for all your inventory management, warehousing, fulfillment, and transportation needs. We stand as your comprehensive logistics partner. Ride with us and call us today at 317-396-1023. Missed both free throws and got somebody on the body. I think that's going to be on Murphy on the hip check down low.
Well, that's the things we talked about earlier. You have him contained. Don't ride him so much. You have him contained. Don't bail him out by giving him a foul and getting him that much closer to the 1-on-1.
One dribble, turnaround, hits a lot of iron. Can't go down as Robinson's shot. Again, Wingo.
Got to kick it out.
Durison instead takes 2 dribbles and gets to the hole so quickly, so efficiently for the first lay-in.
Well, and he's shooting 70% 4% from the field, which is usually what most guys would be pretty happy with, or even coaches with a player shooting from the free throw line. But this is a young man that's really understands and knows what his role is. We talked about that earlier. And he knows, hey, if I'm not getting the ball on the block, I'm not getting putbacks. He knows what his role is, and he plays that well. I mean, like I said, he has not attempted 1 3-pointer the entire season. Very rarely ever shoots even the mid-range game. Everything is more, 5 foot and around the basket.
Second time Seth Bacon got tied up in the arrow favoring the Wolves. So 5-point lead, and we see Murphy starting the point now. Back to Wingo. To Murphy. Gets it down low to Parker, and they'll reset it at the 10-second line.
Yeah, look at the high, face up. That's a good job there. But you got to establish the pivot foot. Just, again, talked about that earlier, being in a hurry. Did a good job of catching and facing, but then he never really established a pivot foot at that point, and just kind of took off with his dribble. So you want to kind of always do one thing when you catch the ball. First, read the basket. Assess first if you have your teammates closer for a higher percentage shot, and then you're reading your defender and what you might have. And then the last option is to do a kick or move the ball.
Bacon, or 3 ball in the corner, is rejected. And it was Robinson's 3 that was rejected. It's going to stay with Purdue North, as Bacon will trigger the inbounds. Yeah, and double teamed, and I think they're going to get
bailing him out again.
Yeah,
you got 2, not only 1, but you got 2 people on him as well. So, if you're ref it on Purdue North side, whenever you have pressure, you don't want to be dribbling. You got 2. If you still got your dribble left, you step back away from that, see if you can dribble away, or if not, you simply want to move the ball.
That foul's on Wingo, his second. So, but a quick turnover, and then turned it back over as he steps on the inbound line. And if you're the coach for Providence Cristo Ray, you have to be pulling your hair out, as you should know the dimensions of your own floor at this point.
Well, I mean, it's a great job there of being able to jump the passing lane. I think the Purdue North player certainly needs to look and read the defense a little bit better as we come up with another steal here in transition.
That is
that to
Gilbert.
Gilbert again.
Yeah, he has 6 in the first half. And it's a 7-point lead. And again, pushing with the hip. Going to get the foul call, and Purdue North is now going to be shooting free throws.
Well, again, this is, at least I know, the third one. I know at least out of the 5 that they've had to where they didn't need to. I mean, twice has been in the half-court set. One time and where they had a double team. Another time where they were actually getting ready to have another double team. And then you have this one that's clearly in the backcourt where they weren't anywhere close to being in scoring position. That's the ones that will drive a coach crazy is, think containment, but don't foul him when he's 45, 50 feet from the basket. There's no scoring threat. He's not in a position where he's hurting us anywhere, stretch of the imagination offensively.
Second free throw is up and good. And it's been a long stretch for Purdue North of not being able to make a field goal. Durson takes it outside, losing the handle, and then Murphy saving the possession for the Wolves. 3 in the corner, short, rebound by Bacon. And here come the Lynx. Dribbling through, finds the contact, charging, foul on Bacon.
Oh, good job there by Durson, giving up his body, stepping up, holding his ground there. But one of those things, again, those are the intangible type things that really come back later in the game that helps, whether it's the charges, the made free throws, being able to cut down on mental turnovers, winning the offensive glass side as well.
Murphy taking the ball up the floor.
So I really like to see somebody here high post with Durson. If you can't get him the ball, step him out and get a high ball screen.
He thought about it, and now he does. Yeah, he's last couple possessions, that's their game. Get it to Durson. Kick out three by Murphy, no good. Rebound, and then off of the hands, but it's going to stay with Purdue North.
It's always the toughest thing to defend is a ball screen, and just not getting anything from either team on the perimeter there. It forces, when that happens, it forces an inside guy to step out, and then you got rotations on dives and things to get some more interior passing, or you got the mid-range game.
Artis drives, and Durson knocked the ball out. It's going to be with Purdue North. 3:05 left to go in the first half. Again, the field goal drought continues for North,
Travel.
and Harris traveled with it. Dynamark, looking to elevate your brand. Choose Dynamark, your local one-stop shop for all your print, signs, and promotional products with apparel and mailing services. Serving Indianapolis for over 50 years, Dynamark, where strong relationships are built through exceptional service. Give us a call today at 317-328-2555. Again, high post, kicks it out to the corner. Two players down low in the block. Durson gets the lay-in.
Well, and that's the things that TJ can give you, but what I want to highlight is not the basket, it's more the ball movement. You got inside, outside, you shifted it from one side of the floor to the next, got an interior pass, and then get a high percentage layup out of it, out of your big.
And then Parker gets the steal. Durson's calling for it. Look inside.
Which, the thing about it is he's standing there. You got to step up, make yourself more accessible.
They feed.
One activity.
And he goes strong, and he'll shoot two. Foul's going to be on Harris.
I mean, when you're posting up there, you give yourself a 2 count. If you're not getting the ball, and whether that's because the guard's not liking what he's seeing or whether you're just not getting it, get some activity. Step up, make yourself a little bit more accessible by shortening the pass. If you don't get it, then you're getting a ball screen at that point. Or just move away from the ball, go screen away. But I think activity off of the ball is really key as he knocks down the first of his 2.
Rough set checks back into the game for Harris. And again, Providence Cristo Rey starting to pull away a little bit here as they now lead by 10.
Oh, good job by the big fella knocking both of those down. He's actually a 69% free throw shooter on the year.
And an erred pass, and again, more turnovers for the Lynx as the Wolves starting to get the handle of the first half in this Mountain A game. Driving, now kicking back outside. Shot is up for long, no good. Rebound to Bacon, and Bacon will drive down low, inside, rejected by Durson. It's going to stay with Purdue North.
Well, it's a good job by the big fella getting back in transition.
I was going to say, great recovery by Durson.
Yes, it was.
And we'll see it again here. He started running as soon as he saw that rebound come off and was able to be in the right time for that fast break. And he gets the tip on the deflection. So another turnover by Purdue North. And you just see the frustration on Coach Taylor there on the sideline. Durson with 8 points in the second quarter. And another block by Durson.
Third of the game.
Driving and gonna get Micah Robinson on the foul. I have him for 2. It's the 4th team, so after the next one, Providence Cristo Rey will be shooting free throws. And they'll reset the offense, gets it to Durson, finds somebody
Nice
down
look.
low. Yeah, 3 ball on the way. Good.
Yeah, really good action there. Newell getting the 3-point, but give credit, not only Durson, but then also to Parker in terms of the ball movement there to set Newell up for the 3. So good inside, outside ball movement, really kind of keeping your defense at bay.
And then Murphy was sacrificing his body a little bit and was able to tip the ball out of bounds. It would have been easy, too, for North. And, boy, they're going on 10 minutes without a made bucket. 3 ball, no rebound. 1 dribble in the tree. Shot is up and good.
And they break that streak, and they did it on a triple team. Ended up having 3 guys that actually was actually on him as well, and but gets it to fall.
Brunson with the made bucket. I don't know how he got it to fall. And
Nice.
Great pass and lay-in for Gilbert. He has 8 as well.
Well, great find by a teammate, but off the ball movement. We talked about that earlier. What are you doing in terms of not standing as Purdue Poly gets a basket here from Seth Bacon?
Yeah, that could have been a foul on Durson, too, but no call. Last shot of the half, short, and Providence Cristo Ray with a huge second quarter leads 24-11 after 1 half. And again, it's really been the Durson effect in the second quarter. He had 8 points in the second quarter, tied for the most on the team with Carter Gilbert, and Providence Cristo Ray leads by 13 points. And again, we talked about how they were able to stay in focus on this game and not look ahead, I think is part of why they have this huge lead at the end of the first half.
Yeah, no, I think it was a big boost for Durson. He's their horse, both on the boards as well as from a scoring perspective. But certainly I think Carter Gilbert, took care of a lot of that in terms of getting them off to a pretty good back half of the first quarter, and then Durson taking over that second. I think the biggest thing is hurting Purdue Poly right now is just the turnovers, some of the unforced, and then obviously not having the ability, at least right now, to put the ball in the basket.
We'll talk adjustments after this halftime break. Providence Cristo Ray leads 24-11 after 1 half.
Brian Chrisman joins me today. And Brian, talk a little bit about the winter and Wheeler Mission and how important it is for people to help Wheeler Mission, because winter means homeless and homeless means people in the cold. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, we really serve a lot of people year-round, no matter what the weather is, right? And so we serve anywhere from 700 to 900 people who are experiencing homelessness every single night. But when winter hits, that can become life or death. So if you're stuck out in the cold, happens every year. IMPD will find people out in the cold and encourage them to come in. But if they don't catch them in time, I mean, again, life and death. And so it's vital that our doors are open. And so we do that. Our staff shows up every day to make sure our doors are open. We serve 1,000 meals a day plus every single day. That's a nice, warm, nutritious meal. Donors provide that. Donors provide our food, coffee, something hot to drink. Donors provide that. So there's a lot of opportunities to get involved at Wheeler to make sure we can get through winter, or to work at Wheeler. We need staff, and so we're always looking for staff to get us through the winter time. We spread ourselves thin during winter, making sure that anybody can find space, and so we have bed capacities. For sure, but we go beyond that every winter to make sure that the city has an option for people who are experiencing homelessness in the dead of winter.
Schools out there that are watching this program with our reach, maybe they want to do a sock drive, or they want to do a sweatshirt drive. They can contact our office at IndianaSRN, or they can contact you. Where's a contact, or who would be a contact that maybe we want to do a sock drive? I think that would be a great idea for SRN to start one of those sock drives. How would that? What does that look like?
Yeah, so if you go to wheelermission.org, we have our needs lists that are right there on our website. Those change sometimes in the winter, but there are some some needs that are pretty much continual when it comes to hygiene items, when it comes to warm items to get us through the winter. So when you're talking about coats, especially bigger sizes for people that come through, we want to make sure a lot of people that come to our mission, they come with the clothes on their back, right? And so we need to make sure they have something to wear during their stay with us, and which could be for a few weeks, could be for a couple months. And so go to our website, wheelermission.org. You can donate directly there, whether it's a financial donation or you can look at our needs list. You can even find drop-off locations. You can drop it off at some of the barns that we have around the city, or come right down to Wheeler Mission, drop it off right there. But we need this community's support. So greatest thing about Indianapolis is it is a generous community.
Yes.
It is a community that steps up when there's a need. And there's 1,700 homeless individuals in our community. That number has risen 5% just over the last year. Wheeler Mission is the main place for those individuals to go, has been since 1893, over 130 years. And so support that ministry so that those doors can be open, making sure that every man, woman, and child that needs to come inside can come inside and not only get warm, but get nutritious meals, food, shelter, and care. And so beyond that, we take them through a whole journey of program to make sure that they come out our back door different people. But the first things first, right? Get them fed and get them warm and get them safe.
Since it's basketball season and we cover over 300 games a year on IndianaSRN, we challenge our basketball teams and our basketball programs to get involved. There are meals that need to be served. Tell our teams out there how they can help and serve meals.
Yeah, no better way to really open your eyes to the community's needs than to stand in front of people who are desperately in need and hand them a meal, hand them what they're asking for that day. So great group opportunity is to volunteer at Wheeler Mission. You can go to wheelervolunteer.org. You can sign up a group. It can take an hour and a half to come down and serve a lunch. You can get 12, 15 people involved in that, a dinner, come down either at our men's shelter or our women's shelter. It's a really cool experience for teams, not only to help in a way that you're making a difference, but to see the people that you're helping, right? To hand a meal to someone and smile and say hi to someone literally in their darkest moment, right? So
best assist they can ever make.
Oh yeah,
is to serve a meal.
It's a good point. It's a slam dunk.
It's a slam dunk, exactly. For IndianaSRN, this is Keith Myers.
Well, we're at halftime here at Providence Cristo Rey High School. We kind of touched on it a little bit, Coach. For the Wolves, what they did right. Purdue Poly, on the other hand, what have they done wrong? Well, not wrong necessarily, but have a lot of room to improve on to kind of close this gap and potentially win this game in the second half.
Well, I think the biggest thing is, again, you got to be able to find yourself to be able to put the ball in the basket. I think the other thing that's led to that, though, in a lot of ways, there's a lot of missed opportunities that they've had, both by just ball security. They've had probably 4 or 5 turnovers that are totally unforced, and then probably another about 3 or 4 as well. That's just been kind of silly. And then they haven't really, with the 5 or 6 free throws that they have shot, I think that they've only hit 2 of them. And so that has maybe been a little bit tough for them as well. But they got to be able to handle a little bit of the pressure a little bit better. The little that they've seen from Providence has just kind of put them in a position where they've gotten sped up or allowed their opponent to speed them up.
And for Providence Cristo Rey, I mean, you're looking at a good first half. You led by 4 after 1 at 9-6. Then you bring in Durison. He has 8 quick points in that second quarter, and you score 15 in that quarter to stretch your lead out to 13. Besides Durison, what has been your biggest surprise player for the Wolves?
Well, I don't know if it's much of a surprise tonight as much as it's been, whenever you have, for whatever reason, Durison was out in that first quarter, somebody else has got to pick that up. I think obviously Gilbert, did a great job in being able to add a little bit of scoring punch. I mean, he is a kid that's averaging 7 points a game, but he's already got more than his average. So, I mean, that's obviously great when you've only played a half. I think the other thing is between Parker, maybe not as much Parker, but Wingo in terms of transition, pushing the ball down the floor. I think that he certainly has came up with some key baskets. Maybe not that he scored, but that he has contributed to in baskets from his teammates.
Well, we have the adjustments. Let's go ahead and get ready for the second half. After this break, you're watching high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, insulting referees,
threatening officials,
berating young umpires, learning the ropes,
violent language in the stands,
screaming at a referee in the parking lot. It's not a game.
You want a piece of equipment you can trust, one that's easy to use. No matter the size of the job, you want to create a feeling worthwhile, something you can use for every job. For over 60 years, Reynolds has been a community staple, ensuring our customers powerful implements and top quality care and service. You need something that's in it for the long haul. Visit Reynolds Farm Equipment, your hometown John Deere dealer, today at reynoldsfarmequipment.com.
Well, as we get ready to start the second half, you have a good look at Providence Cristo right here. Again, you saw the coach even point to his head like, stay smart, stay within yourself as they get ready to, because at this point, you have a 13-point lead. Some of the younger guys, and Cristo Rey is a young team, might think, oh, we can start to relax a little bit, and that's where the opponent comes back and makes this a ball game that if you keep your foot on the gas, it shouldn't be.
Well, and you got to stay on the gas. You got to not only know what got you here, but also try to improve on some of the things that you missed out on. I mean, we talked about this is the third quarter of your season that you're getting ready to end up in and really getting ready to launch your fourth quarter of the season before your fine-tuning starts in February for postseason play. So, I mean, in a lot of ways, you got to use this regardless of what the game is showing you. No matter how much you're up or down, play to your principles and really try to maximize on your efforts in terms of getting better.
Bacon attempted to start this game off how he started off in the first half, couldn't, and Parker couldn't respond on the other end as well. Bacon, 3-ball, got it.
Well, he was the one that started him off with a 3 to start the game, and pretty fitting that he starts him off in the second half much in the same way.
Wingo, who sat with foul trouble about the halfway part of the second quarter, is back out there. And again, passing back and forth, right around in between the circles. Cristo Rey starting that offense big. Durson now has it at the free throw line, kicks it out to Wingo.
That's where, Durson's is waiting on Wingo to come to the screen. That's where Durson's got to step to the ball and be able to set that ball screen. Draw your defender out. Force your defender to play that high side. If not, you're on a slip screen and getting a layup, or I'm coming off with a jump shot. So shouldn't have him having to come to the ball. He's got to go to it.
Foul's going to be on Harris, his second. And Wingo, again, going to step to the foul line. He's 2 for 2 in the second quarter.
And he does, we mentioned earlier, he shoots 69% on the year and has been nothing but net on the 3 that he's shot to this point.
And Harris checks out. And Clarence McGee checks in for Purdue North. 11. And there's the missed free throw by Durson. Picked it up in the corner. Could have been trouble. McGee, floater, no. Rebound going to stay here as Newell could not grab it off the deflection.
Well, one thing that, we talk a lot about the X and O's and about the game as we get a three-pointer here by the Phoenix with Artis. But one thing that I've noticed here tonight, and it's been on at least 4, if not 5 occasions is when there's been a foul call or there's a dead ball on Providence Cristo Ray side. And this comes from coaching and culture moments, is these players hold the ball and they walk it right over to the ref and hand it to him. So great sportsmanship there. And those, not to say that a kid can't do that on his own, but those are things that have been talked about as a coach and as a program and a culture moment, and I love to see.
Bacon's three is no good. Rebound is up and in, and don't look now. We got a 6-point ball game.
Well, and little by little, you just want to chip your way back. You want to talk about to your team is we're not getting this back. You know, you can talk about, you know, each quarter being 8 minutes, but we used to talk about this in programs that I coached is hey, win the 8 minutes, and I'm not talking about 8 minutes in a quarter. It's the first 2 minutes of the game. It's the last 2 minutes of the second quarter before half. It's the first 2 minutes to start the second half and the last 2 minutes to close the game. So those are your most important 8 minutes or 4 2-minute segments that you'll have in a game.
Again, turnover for the Wolves, and the Lynx already cut it to single digits. Cross-court pass, extra pass, 3-ball by Bacon, in and out, no good. Offensive rebound.
Yeah, and halfway down at that. So obviously would have been really interesting. Would have made it a one-possession game. Nice move right here by the young fella in Bacon.
Bacon could not make it. It spun out. You're right. It was a great move, great finish. It just didn't fall.
Well, and he's got 15 of the 19 points as Durson gets downhill here and gets the and one playing through the contact. Big basket for the Wolves after Providence went on a really, really big run there. But again, 15 of the 19 points coming from Bacon.
Got the and one. And it's back to a 9-point lead. Breaking the press. Layup and one on the other end is McGee.
Well, and that's his first basket of the night. And correction on that last comment of mine, Bacon actually has 13.
Mahmoud with the foul. McGee with the chance for the and one. Can't get it. Rebound by Durson. Wingo. Again, unconventionally they start their set 45 or half court. Durson just powers his way in and gets the lay-in, and it's back. And once again, 3-possession lead for the Wolves. Bacon forcing it, got it to go that time. Oh, they're going to get, that was Michael Robinson, excuse me. He has 4 in this half. Bacon. Again, great defense, and Gilbert had to throw it off him to save the possession.
Well, again, that's a prime example there again. Regardless of where you're at on the floor, is if you know you're not ready to pass or shoot, you got to keep your dribble alive, whether that's getting into your guy and retreat dribbling to get away from the defense and create space, but you just can't pick it up when you're not necessarily knowing what you're going to do with it.
Work around 3, air ball, rebound by Harris. Purdue probably can cut this to 5 or 4. Harris, 2 dribbles, kicks it to the other side. Almost stolen by Wingo. Bacon has it. Dribble, drive, lay in, no, but out of bounds. And it's going to stay with Purdue North. But to your point, Durson, as soon as he saw Bacon hit the floor, first one to help him up, and as after he's no good. But that's just the type of person and culture that you want to see from these young men. Now Purdue probably.
Again, silly foul there. He's not in scoring threat. you don't need to rub him with the chest. I mean, you want to be arm's length away. You want to be in position where we used to talk about guard your yard. Arm's length away. Just think containment, but you don't need to belly up. The only time that you belly up on an offensive player is if the dribble is dead, and then you're ball shadowing.
Murphy down low to Durson. Durson drives, got the end, or was able to beat Harris off his hip and go baseline.
And you can tell, obviously, he's comfortable around the rim. He knows what to do with it.
And backcourt violation, but yeah, go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's very comfortable around the rim. He understands his role, and he knows what to do when he gets the ball in that area. He's got pretty, decent height. But we talked about this last week in the game that I did of theirs, is he's even got greater length. What I mean by when I say that is his long wingspan makes him even that much taller.
Let's go ahead and thank our officials with Officially Human. Our mission is to restore respect to the game officials and recognize them as authorities on the fields and courts. Do your part and practice good sportsmanship. If we don't have officials, we can't play. Also, let's go ahead and thank Pat Cherry is your independent agent representing Ohio Mutual Insurance. Give him a call today for coverage tomorrow at 317-894-7000. I was talking to Chris Shumworth, who's a retired official. It's hard to find officials nowadays.
Yeah, it's been a big shortage across the board with all sports. I think one that at least I heard last year that has been impacted as much, if not more than any, and that's softball and baseball for whatever reason. But there is a very large shortage of umpires. So our listeners out there, for those that are coming up and looking for ways for either extra money, or there's a lot of different sports to be able to officiate, and certainly it's a great way to keep kids in our game. It's sad to see, but I think a lot of that stems from, one is, just kind of a turn of another generation. For one, you have a lot of officials that have been doing this for 20, 30 years that are getting out, and there's not enough pool of the younger generation that's coming in to do this. But the other thing that I think plays into that, in a lot of times, unfortunately, is the spectators and parents. A lot of times, there's things that go on from the stands. I think we probably see more of it in the summer, with AAU but I think some of that is carried over even in the high school game, and it's very unfortunate, but it's certainly this the reality.
And again, the officials got together and they changed the call on the floor. That was a turnover for Purdue North, as they get the turnover anyway.
Good job looking ahead here.
But they got together and they asked each other what the other saw, and they made the right call, I believe.
Well, that's the sign of really good officiating, is when you can do that, where one's not trying to be able to be the dictator out there. It's where they're counseling and coming together and making sure that all of them are seeing the same thing. And sometimes it's not that I might not have saw, but they're hearing and listening, taking that into account, and coming into a general consensus.
And as Artis drove in the middle of the two, we're going to get a foul on Coates.
And even though Bacon hit the three after the whistle, he still wanted points for it. He's raising his hands for the three call.
Can't get the continuation there, my friend.
Well, and Providence does a pretty good job every time that Purdue North has gotten a run here in the third quarter to cut it to a two-possession game on 2 or 3 separate occasions. Providence has come up with a big basket, and they've stretched it back here again to 9.
Yeah, that turnover was just slip of losing the footing on the floor around the Purdue North bench. And another bounce pass that shouldn't have been a bounce pass, in my opinion. And now we got a turnover. Bacon! Oh, boy. He's letting it fly, and it's been falling as that rimmed in and out and then back in.
Well, when you're positioned as you are in Providence, where, you got a guy with the ball that has scored 70% of their points, you can't leave him unattended. You can't give him space, whether you feel he's going to hit it or not. You got to really be up on him, containment style, making him make a decision and make him hit a shot over you or force him to move the ball to somebody else that might not be quite as likely to this point to score the basket.
Well, they did it that time with Artis, and he turned the ball over on the drive by Durson stepped up. Foul is going to be called on Harris as Gilbert had the floater just fall short.
Well, and he's looking for his first points of the second half. Had 8 at halftime. Was tied for the leading scorer with Durson after the intermission. But really good job of getting downhill. He's done a good job transition-wise tonight, both full court as well as even a half-court set of really creating things. But we got to be able to knock some of these down. Not going to hit them all, but you got to be able to at least be hitting 75%. He's missed, I think, his last 2 or 3.
So the second free throw is good. And now it's a 7-point lead for Cristo Ray, and Murphy gets the steal on the drive all by himself, lays it up, and one!
Yeah, really good thing there that Murphy did, as I believe that's his first basket of the night, is splitting the defenders there in transition. But then he almost got a little bit towards the three-point line, as we'll see it right here. He gets and takes a different angle, gets into number one, making sure just that little bitty push out to the right actually kept his defender behind him, and then he used his body to be able to draw the and one, see if he can actually convert it here from the line.
Rough it with the foul. Cannot convert. Gets the offensive rebound. However,
nice.
Durson spinning, floating in.
Well, and the big fella there showing not only, hey, I can put the ball in the basket, but he's got some good footwork too, as he shows you there, a little spin move. But really good job by Murphy of getting the offensive rebound and finding his teammate for the deuce.
Shot no good. Rebound out of bounds. Going to go to Cristo Ray.
Yeah, and I see the fans standing up there as well. But what that means is the actual player that you had from Purdue Poly actually touched the ball last, but then he went out of bounds. He can't be the first one to touch it until he reestablishes himself. So it's a position there where he didn't get quite reestablished, so therefore is Providence's ball.
And swing it around, last 15 seconds. Holding for the last shot is Gilbert.
Nice cut.
Shot short. And out of bounds to Purdue North.
I anticipate Providence kind of getting a little bit of token pressure here to get the ball on the floor quicker to use some of this clock.
Bacon dribbling, shooting, short. And Providence leads by the margin they led at the half, 11 after 3.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Bertner Electric Incorporated provides professional commercial electrical contractor services to Indianapolis and surrounding communities. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years, our knowledge and experience make us the perfect choice for all your commercial electrical contractor needs. Contact us today.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as...
For 131 years, Wheeler Mission has been the pillar of the Indianapolis community, providing help, hope, and healing to people in need. You can volunteer today at 317-686-6239. And, Coach, I'm also going to say we should all head to Aspen Creek Grill after the game.
Right.
Why go anywhere else for delicious food? If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that generally care about the service, you got to try Aspen Creek Grill. If you're looking for amazing fresh food and servers that generally care you won't be disappointed. Give us a call today at 866-885-3249. And actually, with this being a 6 o'clock game, we could actually make it to Aspen Creek before they close.
That'd be nice. I mean, this is my 4th year that I've been with SRN, and I've heard Keith talk about it from time to time, and I've seen some of their ads that we've had on our broadcasts. Never eaten there, but I'm also waiting for either Jerry or Keith just to have that here in the office for us.
Durson with the lay-in. And timeout, full timeout, Purdue Poly. We'll take it with them. You're watching high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
Big play here for Mount Vernon. Ertl looking right, now over the middle, fires, and it's in there for a touchdown. What a throw.
Boy, what a stick, huh?
Side out, back to the middle, and guess what? You want a point on the other side, you go to Taylor Lewis.
Here's Freeman. Has an opening shot. Score!
Stafford around a screen, skip pass, Mays with 3. Mays drive, floater up and in at the horn.
Hand off, and nice hole over the near side, 40, 35, 30, block to the outside, 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown. And that's a big one right there, and finally, somebody gets on the board.
Also after this, you can check out the IndianaSRN sports page, wall-to-wall sports news every day, high school, college, pro. We have it all. Check it out on IndianaSRN.org and click the sports page tab. Stay informed with IndianaSRN sports page. Turnover by Purdue Poly North, and that's not what you want to see out of a timeout.
Well, I mean, starting a quarter, I mean, certainly you're right, Justin, as you get Durson doing what he's been doing, just kind of having his way and at will. You get the ball down to him where he's so much in a comfort zone, his length. He's putting those in.
3-ball, long, rebound by Murphy, and
I think this might be our biggest lead, if I'm not mistaken.
It is 13.
Make it
lay-in,
15.
Yep, lay-in by Newell.
17, excuse me.
Oh, yeah. This has gotten away from Purdue Poly North.
Again, you know, when you're in a position where you're coming down the floor, you know, we talked about this even last week as well, is, you know, there's coffin corners, you know, when you're on the front side or back side of that timeline in all corners of the court, this is the last place you ever want to pick up your dribble, especially when you have 2 defenders in your face. When that happens, everyone from the ball, not everyone, a couple guys from the ball obviously need to make themselves accessible. You teach a lot in terms of if you can't be seen, then the dribbler can't see you.
Harris, one drive, almost got the roll, and he'll shoot 2 on the foul call. So Harris will shoot 2. And again, he scored once in the first quarter. Been silent since, but he's had foul trouble and he misses the first free throw there. Highway Safety Services. You do what you do. We'll keep you safe doing it. Contact us today at 765-446-1502, and he makes the second free throw. So splitting the pair again, but Purdue Poly needs to get something going, getting stops on this end of the floor. They get one there with the traveling violation.
Well, it's one that I've been noticing too is with Providence, they've seen is, you know, once they pass, there's just a lot of standing. After you pass, you got to get some movement. Otherwise, when you pass and stand, your defender gets to do much of the same or add help to wherever the pass was just made. So like to see certainly a lot more ball movement and player movement.
We'll timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. You're watching high school basketball.
At first, me and my mom were struggling. I was trying to pay the bills and trying to take care of my mom at the same time. When I first heard that I can get paid for taking care of my mom, I was kind of skeptical because I had been doing it for so many years without pay. That's when I reached out to Passion to Care. I read all the reviews and I saw that they were #1 in the field. Passion to Care has really, really changed my life. Right now, I take care of my mom 24/7 thanks to Passion to Care.
And again, Purdue Poly picks up the dribble in the front court, forcing them to take another timeout. 3 ball on the way is long, rebound by Cristo Ray, and they got a lot of substitutions in there. Now that was Grimes that picked up the rebound. Wingo's pass was right to Poly North, and Bacon driving. Bacon laying up and rejected again, but recovery by Micah Robinson lays it in for 2.
And he's now got 6 on the night.
Durson again with his 5th block, but no one there to clean it up, and easy 2 for Purdue North.
Well, Wingo clearly smallest guy, not only in his program but on the floor. But I'll tell you, he's got a big heart. I mean, even throughout the game, not only pushing on transition there in a half-court set, doesn't have a problem going down there with guys much bigger than him. So certainly got a lot of heart.
Murphy, step back 3, no good. Rebound. And here comes Bacon driving it, and we're going to get a hand check foul on Grimes. .537 left to go in this game, and again, Providence Cristo Ray able to jump out big in the beginning part of this 4th quarter and gets another steal off an inbound pass. 3-ball, low, short. Tip rebound, no good, and it's going to go back to Poly North. Bacon gets past half court. Now he's trapped. Wings it. Free throw jumper. Bounces off the heel. No good. Rebound by Cristo Ray. Up ahead to Durson. Durson went for the jam and got rejected by Harris. And he's going to shoot free throws.
Well, great job there of looking ahead. I mean, you always want to, when you have the ball, especially in transition, you always want to be able to look down the floor, middle of the floor, ball reversal. In that case, you want to read the basket. That's exactly what we actually had Gilbert do. Saw his teammate Durson down the floor and open. Ball always is going to advance down the floor much quicker with the pass than it ever will with the dribble. So tried to obviously put the flush down there. Couldn't quite get it, but he can get something just as good and knocking down these 2 free throws.
First free throw is up. And gets the friendly roll.
He's now got 20 on the night, which is his average, 19.8 a game.
And misses the second, so splits the pair. And gonna call. Oh, knocked out of bounds by Cristo Ray. And referees are keeping this game in check as that long 3 by Bacon is off the heel, and it's going to stay here, actually.
Well, and I think now you're in a position where Purdue North is really just trying to play some makeup and really settling. They've shot quite a few perimeter shots here of late. Haven't got much in the mid-range or much of the interior passing. Not making Providence play defense as well. Taking the lower percentage shot is certainly not a way to climb back into the game.
And out of bounds, another turnover by Cristo Ray. And 44-29 the score. And Cristo Ray scoring by quarter 9 in the first, 15 in the second, 13 in the third. Purdue North, 5, 6, and 13. So, again, bad first half for Purdue North. Cristo Ray in the last quarter of play has 7. Purdue North has 3. So, again, even now, Cristo Ray is able to extend this lead to where it's at. Grimes' 3-pointers no good, and it's going to stay here off as Purdue North could not get the rebound. Murphy settles for a 3, no good, and will stay here again.
We're going to get a foul, I believe. No,
jump ball. Jump ball, and the arrow actually favors Purdue North. So Bacon passes and gets it back. And errored pass, and it's
not quite certain what McGee was doing there. It looked like he was advancing to the basket, and his teammate passed it to him. It's almost like he gave up and didn't finish, gave up on his cut and didn't continue with it, and ball goes out of bounds back to the Wolves.
And now we're going to get a foul on Purdue North. Micah Robinson picks up his 3rd. I got him 4. And we're going to take a full timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching high school basketball on IndianaSRN.
Aspen Creek Grill, we are a from-scratch concept with comfort-correct food. You can expect a world-class experience. We've got incredible specials, great service. Everything that we do here is made from scratch. We hand-cut all our steaks in-house. Bring your family. Come have some great food.
They say nice guys don't finish first. So maybe it's time to reconsider what it means to be first.
It's about being your best, but knowing you can be even better.
It's being present, but respectful of history.
It's donating something more valuable than money.
It's believing in yourself and something bigger.
It's coming from different families, but treating each other like brothers.
It's not just being a man, it's being a Mason.
And Cristo Ray is bringing the ball up again, up by 15. Spinning, floating, no good. Durson couldn't grab the rebound. And it's going to go to Purdue Poly North.
Yeah, really good, nice move, downhill move by Newell there. He certainly got a great look, good shot. One that you certainly take, didn't knock it down, but certainly good action.
Inside, up and over, and that's Rough It for 2.
And his first 2 of the night.
Yep. Now 13-point game. Kick out is to Proctor.
And really good decision there. Thought he had a look. Defense recovered. Play for a better shot.
And baseline drive.
Come to the ball. See, in those types of situations, you pick up the dribble, which is certainly not what you want to do. But at that point, everybody can't stand away. You know, you had obviously Durson was at the high post. He's got to step more to the lane line. And then you had Gilbert, who was weak side or a little bit more towards the point. He's got to come to the ball side, almost to the deep corner where the ball was picked up at the short corner to where he's accessible. You can't just leave your teammate hanging to dry without a dribble with 2 defenders on him.
We're going to get a referee signal foul.
Having some teaching moments.
Or saying that, and they are going to get
foul.
Intentional.
Said obviously being called to where he wasn't going for the ball. So this will be 2 shots in the ball here.
It was on the inbound pass too, which is
kind of odd.
I don't know if the fact that he made contact with the man on the.
At least that's what he signaled. We'll
Yeah,
see if
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what he stays with here. It looks like Coach Miller's perplexed too over there, like waiting on the call.
Now he signaled technical.
He's asking here who he wants to shoot it, so I don't. Either way, we'll clear the guys to half court on a 2-shot, on an intentional or a technical. But it does look like that they've done that. They've called the technical.
Grimes misses the first. And misses the second. So the Wolves will retain possession.
Well, they come up empty on the technical shot. See if they can get something executed here and get a basket out of the possession.
And the biggest thing too is now they still retain the arrow. 3 ball, short, rebound. Cristo
Nice.
Ray. Grimes for 3, no. And a third opportunity here for the Wolves. Durson. And now they'll reset the offense.
That's a great moment here for one of these wings or Durson as the big to step out and get the ball screen on the perimeter as they get a 3 look.
And rebound, here comes Bacon. Layup, no. Rebound, no. And again, missed opportunities is going to be the headline for Purdue North. They've had their chance to, at some points, take control of the game, other points cut the lead down, just not able to capitalize on it as that 3 is short. Rebound by Durson, and then stolen away. Robinson in the corner. Passes it out. 3 ball. Short. And hits the crossbar there. And it's out of play to Providence Cristo Ray. And again, 2 minutes left to go. And now Purdue Poly is putting a little bit of pressure. Not having a lot of opportunities to do so.
Somebody got to guard the ball. I mean, he let him go pretty much 3/4 of the court. And I think at that point, Gilbert was looking at, hey, if nobody's going to guard me, I'm going to keep heading south. So really good job there, taking what the defense gives you.
Bacon's shot is blocked. Durson runs out. Ball is still live. 3 ball, corner, short. Rebound to Gilbert. And Gilbert's going to slow it up. Didn't see Durson able to get back on his feet. He was slow getting up. 3 ball, no. Nobody blocks out, and it's a lay-in for...
Looks like Parker, I believe.
Yeah, Parker.
Hey, if it doesn't work the first time, do it the second.
Bacon on Durson. Shot no, but a foul on Durson. Help us put more student athletes on the air by logging on to IndianaSRN and directing your donation to a specific school or hit the donate button. More games, more opportunity for our kids. IndianaSRN, where you always have a front row seat, as Bacon makes the first free throw with 56.7 still to play, and it's a 16-point ball game.
And he's got 17 of their 32, so a little bit more than 50% of the points that he has. Been a nice evening for him from a productivity standpoint, but certainly not going to be one that we have that the Lynx and Coach Taylor is going to want as a result.
Double team stolen away. And layup, no good. Rebound on the other end. Cleared away, and it's 3-on-1. Shot is up. No, but a foul, and Jason Morris is going to go to the free throw line here.
I don't know if they're going to the other end because I thought I saw Bacon go down, but our screen, obviously, as it should, moving with the ball. Didn't know if he got up, but apparently he didn't.
Yep, he's still down.
On the layup, I think, when he got hit.
So we'll take a break, and hopefully he's okay. You're watching this on IndianaSRN.
We're not here to just sell you another piece of software. We're here to helping you procure the licensing, manage and monitor those licenses over time.
Collaboration is very key when working with our clients. We are very much a partnering organization. We definitely work as a team to deliver solutions for our customers.
We're here to build relationships with customers, which is unique.
Hi, I'm Grayson, and our parents work in road construction. Every day they head out to make our roads safer and better for you. But did you know work zone deaths have increased 63% since 2010?
Wow, that's a lot. Please slow down and pay attention when you see all those orange signs. When you do, you're helping to keep our parents and everyone who works on the roads safe. Thanks for looking out for us.
This message is brought to you by your friends at Highway Safety Services. Stay safe, stay alert.
Welcome back to Providence Cristo Rey High School. 38.9 left to go in this ball game. A good pacing game. Not a lot of lull time in between possessions for both teams. A lot of run and gun. And Providence Cristo Rey's able to just execute a little bit better than Purdue North at the moment, as Bacon is up on his feet and is being assisted to the bench. So now we still have free throws to have happen for Jason Morris. So another chance for Purdue, or for Providence Cristo Rey, to extend this lead. Makes the first. And the second. Again, somebody who doesn't get a lot of playing time, able to knock down 2 free throws in varsity minutes. That 3 ball is good by McGee. So he has 5. And then unfortunately losing effort, and that's going to be a foul on Artis. And so next foul will put Cristo Rey at the line. And Cristo Rey is content to, well, Purdue Poly is going to put a little bit of pressure on it. Now they're going to be content to run this ball game out. Providence Cristo Rey wins 50-36. Again, big second quarter, led the way for the Wolves, and able to pick up their 12th win on the year. And again, only year 2 for the coaching staff. So great win all the way around for Providence Cristo.
No, I think anytime you can come out, obviously in a contest, and get a win, you always want those. So they did what they needed to do from an execution standpoint tonight, and the intangibles to get the job done and notch another one. I mean, going 1-21 last year to now being 12-5, 12-6 is certainly a great turnaround for Coach Miller and the Wolves.
Welcome to our Piper Logistics post-game show. again, Providence Cristo Ray is able to win this 50-36. Team effort all the way around. The leading scorer was T.J. Durson with 21 points. Did not start. Carter Gilbert got the start, and he added 12 as well. But I think it has to be Durson for the Morales Group player of the game.
No, I think without question. I mean, this young man had 20 points and not sure how many rebounds, but had to be double digits, and he sat a whole quarter. So certainly came in, gave him the spark. He continued to provide what it was that he's done all year long, and certainly for his teammates and Coach Miller, it resulted in a dub.
So T.J. Durson, the Morales Group player of the game. For Troy Darengowski, Greg Smith, Craig Cox, I'm Justin Griffiths. Good night, everybody.